Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And I want to make sure that you guys know about tomorrow, August 13th. That's right. Here at Caffeine and Green, we are having our grand opening, and we are having what we're calling the C&G Festival. It's going to be business as usual, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to have Chef Marco Maestoso, Michelin star nominated, and Chop Star out here cooking up his Italian-style tacos all morning. They start at, I believe he gets here at 9 and he starts cooking around 10. So tacos will be available till about 1:30 or 2 p.m. We are going to also have UFC Gym out here tomorrow. So it's going to be really cool. They're sponsoring the event as well. And then we're going to close at 3 like normal. We're going to reopen at 4:30. We are going to have the DJ Collective Vinyl Club spinning for our evening events. We're also going to have First Light Coffee Whiskey, Attitude Brewing, Pariah Brewing, and Seek Brewing. Did I say that? Attitude, Pariah, and Seek. Yes. And we're going to be dropping off. They're going to be having free beer and free whiskey from First Light Coffee Whiskey for everybody who comes through. You have to show an ID, of course, to do this because we're not selling it, guys. But aside from that, we are also having a latte art throwdown tomorrow. And I want everybody in San Diego, even if you're not from San Diego, you want to come throw down on my machine and just support the latte art throwdown put on by the San Diego Coffee Network to celebrate our grand opening. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of information going on today, guys. But I want to make sure that you and I forgot, Shieldless is going to be outside in front selling their merch table along with the Caffeine and Green merch table. So if you guys wanted to come and get any merch, come through. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a turn up. Come and hang out with us from 4:30 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. And come have some drinks, say what up, celebrate the grand opening of Caffeine and Green. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, and it's 3072 El Cajon Boulevard, San Diego, California, 92104. Come and holla at your boy. Peace. All right. My guest today needs no introduction. He's one of my favorite people. And, of course, I'm talking about Shea Cooper. He's just one of my favorite guys. He has a photo in the podcast studio, guys. He was the first guest on Caffeine and Green, and we talk about that. We also talk about his new Steel Mill and Blood Wizard collab that just came out. We talked about his new part that he did with Blood Wizard. We talked about Steel Mill coffee and the coffee that I roast for them, and just how rad Shea is. And it was so fun, and we got into it later that night, and it was super rad because we just got after it. And if you see Shea, ask him about how he focused a burrito on my floor the next night, or the very next morning. Sorry, Shea. It was hilarious. But, guys, enjoy this podcast. Sorry for the long intro. And without further ado, my man, Shea Cooper. This your time to shine, homie. Let's go. Caffeine and Green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Caffeine and Green. And we're live.
Yes.
Shea Cooper.
What's up, buddy?
You have returned to Caffeine and Green. We didn't look up. Oh, I just put my phone on. Do you have Spotify on your phone?
Yeah.
Dude, we should scroll over and see when the last time you were on the podcast. I honestly feel like it was, if you go to Spotify and just scroll down, you're always I feel like it might have been Durham and Hodge, but that definitely was October.
Do I just search my name?
Yeah, put Shea Cooper.
Just that?
Yeah, just put Shea Cooper.
Fuck, but I have all those albums from the early 2010s.
Put Caffeine and Green, Shea Cooper.
I had this sick hip-hop group in high school, and we put a lot of stuff out on Spotify. So.
Oh, yeah?
No.
You were busting some raps?
Nope. It was definitely...
The highest number for sure.
November 2020.
November of 2020?
Yeah.
Was the last time you were on the podcast?
Yeah, that was with Landman and...
Oh, so episode 100?
Yeah, 100.
Oh, shit, dude. And then the Durham and Hodge one, when was that?
It must have been before something.
Yeah, that must have been before.
That was a fun one. I don't remember it.
Wow. Dude, remember Durham said some shit he shouldn't have said, and I was like, yo, we need to cut that out. And I cut out 8 minutes of the podcast. Way. Yeah, it's the only...
insider information.
Yeah, and I had two... I've only had 2 podcasts out of 100, and this is going to be the 154th podcast. I've only had 2 podcasts where I had to edit shit out.
And I was on both of them, huh?
Yeah, no. You were only on one.
Big surprise.
Dude, the other one was, well, I won't say who it was, but he knows. because he asked me to not keep that in there. So either way.
And I wasn't on it?
You weren't on it.
Surprising.
It was
Wait, I can request to take things out?
I mean, if you really say something fucked up, for sure, yeah. For sure. Like something that can get you in trouble.
Anybody is going to go back after this and listen to my podcasts that I've been on.
Dude, no, I mean, I can't fix it.
But I didn't know I could be doing some editing.
Yeah, I mean, once
I'd be doing a lot of editing.
No, dude, it's weak. That's what makes this super fun to do, because then you can like just, it also kind of like, hey, do you really want to put that out there into the world?
Yeah.
There's 17 countries that listen to this podcast.
I would say fuck it, like you're live. You said it.
Depending.
You know.
You
go into the booth, like you're going to, and talk some shit. Let it out.
I love talking shit.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things, hands down.
Absolutely. That's why we're all friends.
I mean, yeah, but you're also just like a tad bit crazy, just like me. Because I was like, it's funny when you say, like, we were at Seek right before this, and you were saying like, I love you, but like, fuck you. We were talking about a certain homie of ours, and I was like,
just.
I've definitely been there. Like, I 100% have been there with other people, and sometimes people don't understand that. And when I hear you say it, I'm like, that's why I fuck with Shea.
I mean, I feel like, I don't like do like social experiments, but I feel like it's just such a part of my personality that it almost just weeds people out instantly. Like, dude, me and you, when we talk as of recently, because we don't see each other every day anymore, but we'll talk at least once a week maybe. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't start with talking shit, it ends with talking shit, like 100%, you know?
Yeah.
And if someone heard example. Me, if I was on a fucking like public transportation and heard me talking to you, they'd be like, dude, that guy's like about to fight somebody. Dude. Like, it's like, no, and then just like, all right, I love you, dog.
All right, peace. All right, you're good. Okay, love you. All right,
yeah. But you're one of those people, and I feel like we started that like repertoire like super early on, or
maybe rapport between us.
God damn it, dude! I always do that. I say the wrong thing. What's
okay.
Repertoire?
Repertoire is like an arsenal of things. It's like your repertoire, like you have like you're a skateboarder, you're a coffee guy, you're becoming a boxer.
And
so that's in your repertoire of things of things that you are.
But
or who
we
you
have
are.
rapport.
We have rapport is like you're building like a bond in like so many words. Like
people have been letting me get away with that for a long time.
Really? Damn! What the fuck? Correct your boy.
They're like cool big words, you know. So I think that maybe everybody else is uneducated, and they're like, "Damn, he just said repertoire. I get what it means."
Oh, okay.
Like I'm fully changing the meaning of like the word because they like understand. Like we have that repertoire, you know.
Yeah, not so much.
We have rapport.
Rapport. Me, yeah. Like always remember like Michael Rap. I always think like Michael
Rappaport.
So it's like rapport. It's just like easy way to remember it.
See, I'm super uneducated, but I deliver my uneducation with confidence.
I mean, it's all about confidence, really. If you're at the end of the day,
it's all a facade. It's not.
More or less. I mean, you got to fake it till you make it. But the thing is the catch is you never really know.
Well, no one's called me out. You know, I hang out with some intelligent people.
I hope they're.
I'm also not just throwing out repertoire all the time. But
yeah, I mean,
I've done it in that context a lot, though.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
Like when we first met, we had a repertoire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops.
Do you have your pocket sand with you?
I probably have some pocket sand.
Let me see.
Was that episode 1 when we were talking about?
No, that was episode 100 when you pulled out the fucking the dread. If your homie's dread that he gave you.
That was episode 1?
No, that was definitely not episode 1.
Oh, no, that was
episode 100, yeah. You had pocket sand and the dreadlock in your...
I got no pocket sand on me.
Dude, episode 1...
I did have a dread. I lost it that night, actually.
Did you lose the dread?
Yeah, I haven't seen the dread since.
Damn.
Probably ended up in somebody's latte.
Dude, so for those who don't know, when we did episode 100, Shea was on it with Lanny Rhodes and Little C, and we were talking about his trip to New York, and he said that his homie had like cut off one of his dreads and like gave it to him to hold on to. He's like, it's a good luck dread or something, right? And and so Shea just pulled out the dread, and it was out of his pocket, but then he was also talking about fighting people. And he's like, I always just keep some sand in my pocket, so that way if I get in trouble, I just I hit him with the sand, and then he's like, pocket sand.
And then dip. Oh, my bad. Oh, that was you.
That was me. Yo, fuck.
Come on,
Sorry,
dude.
Dude, that wasn't even my phone. That was my computer.
Yeah, I don't need pocket sand anymore, dude. I got hands.
I mean, yeah, you got some hands. Yo, so we should definitely tell people. So before this podcast, kind of actually like tying to the beginning of this podcast about the talking shit to each other, for Shea to be here tonight, he had to miss boxing class. And I don't know if it was sparring or not. But
it was sparring night.
It was sparring night. And he's like, yo, I want to spar with you. And I was like, all right. So we made some calls. And we went to, instead of going to my gym over in Point Loma, shout out to UFC, we went to Box Fit here in North Park. And we caught some rounds. And he was talking shit during the week, saying that he was going to go 1-0. And I was going to catch these hands. He sends me a video of like doing like this hand squeezer thing. I don't even know. It's like a resistance for grips. And I'm thinking,
it's just the classic tough guy thing.
Yeah, the tough guy thing. And I'm like, dude, this is not jiu-jitsu, son. Those grips are not going to help you.
It's forearm strength.
I mean, sure. That's fine.
I don't actually know what those do, but I bought them.
No, I have one too.
You do? Yeah.
I do.
What does it do?
It is forearms, but I also use it for jiu-jitsu because it helps you with your grips. So like when people if you're doing like no gi, or you're doing gi, sorry, you are able to like hold on to the lapels like tough and hold on to somebody like really, really hard.
Yeah. Not to get off track because we're leading into my new amateur boxing career.
Yes.
But yeah, whatever those things are called. It's like a spiral metal piece, and then they come out with wings and squeeze.
And there's
it's
resistance.
Like the classic tough guy is always squeezing them in cartoons and stuff.
Fucking just.
But it helps with if anybody has broken and sprained wrists, as much as I have in the past. I just take it and close it and try and rotate my wrist in a circular motion. It's so hard to do. Next time you have yours, close it and squeeze it, and then try and just do this.
Okay.
It's fucking impossible.
Really?
You're trying to get your wrists around, but it strengthens my wrists and shit, and it feels way better because my wrists are weak as fuck.
Really?
That's how this journey all this brought itself through boxing and
because of your wrists.
Stuff. Just because I'm getting old, I guess. That's the first time I think I said that.
How old are you now?
30.
Are you 30?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
But
welcome to the club.
Yeah. But it is. I beat up my body so much and just ignored so many injuries and stuff, and then it just got to the point where I was actually feeling not even my age. I felt old as fuck. I can't get out of bed, ankles hurt, my wrists are sore just from making coffee. It's ridiculous, So I just kind of.
I feel like you have to explain this to people who don't know who you are. The thing about it is you're a gnarly skateboarder. You're not just your average run-of-the-mill skateboarder. You're jumping down rails. You jump to gap to rails. You're gnarly.
I try hard.
I mean, you could try hard, but you're gnarly.
You can try hard and not have skill. I try hard.
You jump off roofs too, sir.
That's low skill.
Hey, low skill, scary as fuck. But
no, I'm not gonna be overly humble and be I'm not shit. But skateboarding wise, I have a very low skill set. It's pretty basic, but I know how to use it.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, you might, if you want to call it basic, I wouldn't call it that. But
but that's not something to be ashamed of. There's a lot of our favorite skateboarders have a very basic bag of tricks and a basic, just outlook
you go
on
big,
it. Not
son.
technical, not and you can make it look good and use it correctly, and you can go the opposite way and make it bad. And I'm not saying I make it look good, but
you do make it look good.
I've made it work for a little bit, and I got to have some awesome opportunities out of it for sure.
Dude, I mean, the crew that you roll with is pretty deep.
Yeah, I'm blessed. Because every day humbled. It's insane.
But, aside from you being cool, I mean, I'm sure they would hang out with you anyways, but, the fact that you get to hang out with your crew and skate with them, and you're just fucking cool. So it's I don't know, man. I would say you have to be good to hang out with the crew that you hang out with, and it's
no, it's not a clique like that. But,
no, but maybe not. But everybody in your crew is fucking shredders, tough.
Yeah, they're fucking the best skateboarders in the world. My best friends are the best skateboarders in the fucking world.
Tough,
and that's not opinion.
He's dropping facts then.
You know?
That's what
but
it is.
Also, that's not like when you're like hanging out or like surrounding yourself with people that are really good at something, it's not like it doesn't mean that you're at that level as well, because skateboarding isn't like that. Like, everybody respects your skill level, you know? And that's, I think, a misperception, or a common misperception, to do that one right.
Conception.
Fucking dude, are you kidding me?
It's okay.
God damn it.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you're fine.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah.
That, you know, like, oh, that dude hangs out with blank skateboarder.
Yeah.
He's good. But it does, like, I skate with those dudes every day, and they like support me skating, but they're aware of my skill set. So they know when I'm pushing myself and I'm scaring myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether they think that's gnarly or not, they know that's gnarly for me, and they know what that feeling is. That's why skateboarding is such a collective thing.
But you are super gnarly, though. Don't fucking downplay that.
Right. But I'm saying for everybody or anybody, you know,
Anybody,
that's like
no,
intimidated by
yeah.
other skateboarders, or anybody that has the goal to like talk shit on another skateboarder for their skill set. It doesn't matter. And I feel like that's collectively, or at least for the most part, how skateboarding is and why people are attracted to it. Because, like, if you're at a park and you're the best skater ever, like, tech as fuck, like, switch flipping sets and shit, and you, like, nobody's going to dog on your homie that is legitimately scared to drop in, you know?
No, hell no.
'Cause, like,
especially that.
say, you know, that I feel like if you don't think that way, you're not a fucking skateboarder. You can fuck off. It doesn't matter. Like, if a dude is scared to drop in and you're scared to switch flip, backlip the handrail, and you guys both switch flip, backlip the handrail, and then your homie drops in on the fucking quarter pipe for the first time, you guys are both going to the bar and drinking the same beers and patting each other on the back, and both have the exact same feeling, you know?
Yes.
It's no less feeling, because that's why everybody's attracted to that reward.
Well, dude, that right there, it wouldn't even need to wait to the bar. You would probably if they did it back to back.
Right.
They would fucking run over there, and it would be the same excitement.
Right.
Like, fuck yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
That's that dragon that everybody's chasing. And it
100.
doesn't matter your skill set. It matters your, like, passion and, like, being able to put yourself out there and do something that you're scared of. Mm-hmm. Which is where it ties into, like, me, like, really getting into, like, boxing and stuff like that. Because I've never been into working out. Personally, I think working out is fucking boring. I have to force myself to do it at home, and, like, put on, like, Slayer records and, like, super heavy metal, and, like, I don't know. I mean, you're familiar with Jerry Gurney.
Yeah. He's gnarly as fuck.
I don't know if anybody doesn't follow him, they should. Just whether you're into skateboarding, fitness, or anything, it's worth a follow. It's pure entertainment. But, you know, he's definitely turned his life around from being, like, you know, kind of just glamorizing his fatness and his drinking and being just this metalhead, and he just turned it into being like this, like, super powerhouse metalhead bodybuilder. Like,
is he a bodybuilder now?
Not bodybuilder, but he's fit.
He's lifting.
He doesn't even look like the same person anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
He came into Steel Mill one time.
Yeah.
I've only seen him one time in the whole time I was there.
But he's sober now, and, like, definitely, like, super positive. He just changes his life for the better.
Good for him.
Big time.
Fuck
But
him.
a big part of it is that he's still the same crazy dude. Everybody thinks that he was crazy because he was, like, drinking and stuff. He's just fucking crazy.
Love that.
But it's awesome to see him putting it towards him working out and stuff, because he has the most awesome workout videos ever. Just, like, black metal blasting, and him, like, his cousin screaming at him, like, "You're a fucking piece of shit. You want to be a piece of shit?" And he's just doing curls and, like, like, screaming. You know, I have to watch that stuff to, like, work out in my house, you know?
Dude, fuck
Because I'm bored. It's just boring. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. And my fitness for ever that I've had, if you want to call it that, was through skateboarding, you know?
Yep.
And over the last, like 2 years, year and a half, it's slowed down considerably just because my ankles don't work the way they used to. I have a lot of other shit, real life growing up shit to do, you know? And I
100.
don't get to have that feeling of the fear, the hype, you know, and that stuff, what motivates me to skateboard and stuff. And I don't know, I just started going to a boxing gym in Oceanside Athletic Club, and I wouldn't say it changed my life, but it's just something else that I love it. It's awesome. Like, I have, like, a thing that, and now, like, with sparring and stuff, it puts you in a place where there's fear and adrenaline, and it's hard as fuck, and I suck at it right now. And I like having something that I suck at that I can just like kind of drive towards. But what I'm doing is like putting myself in shape and like healing my ankles, and like I'm not limping anymore, and I'm like active and like motivated to like be better and like do these things, you know. It hasn't like taken over my life, but it's something that I'm like really interested in, and I've realized the benefits that are coming out of it, you know. And then but then also like I am obsessive and I dive into things, so now I'm like all about it, you know.
I think that's super good. I definitely think I've noticed the change. Everybody's noticed the change. Like we were talking about this before the podcast, like you and Riley have both decided to get like super jacked. You showed up one day at Steel Mill.
Yeah, he's a huge motivation as well, you know.
Dude, well, you showed up at Steel Mill one day, and I was like, yo, 6-pack? What the fuck? I was like, yo. And you were like, I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone. Because you had, like, a fucking cowboy hat on, Dickies, and, like, no shirt, but just, like, flexing tough. I was like, damn, son, what's going on? And you're like, I've been doing pull-ups, push-ups, like, getting your whole thing on. It's like, yo, I think that's super fucking dope. And, you know, I always want to see the homies, I guess I want to see them shining, but like when you do new things and you're embracing it. And then today, like again, tying it back to what we did today before the podcast. So we went over to Box Fit and then we did some rounds.
And you kicked my ass.
It's okay. But like you caught me a couple.
Like, yeah, you definitely were, you would have been so bummed if I like schooled you, because you've been doing this. Which is what I wanted you to think.
A boxer.
I was trying to go mental warfare on you. Like, I'm going to fuck
worried.
you up, dude.
I was
like,
not worried for
this.
a second. I was not worried for a second. And
I know, you were going humble guy. Like, dude, you just might. Like, I'm not a boxer. And then I walk in and you're sparring a homie, Paul.
Paul, yeah.
And I saw your eyes and was like, fuck. I've never seen your eyes like that.
When I fight?
Scary. They're like wide and deadly. And you guys were just playing around, like, you know, just like lightly sparring in there. But your eyes were just like this concentrated, like, holy shit.
Well, it's like, dude, you're playing, like we were talking
this
about
guy's
chess.
Definitely got me.
No, it's chess, right? You have to like feel out your person. And like, dude, when I got there, this is the first time I've ever gone into a gym and I didn't like, when I go spar for our Muay Thai training, we have to run and do like kettlebell swings. Like we have to do like 10 minutes of that in a row to get ready. Cause these like coaches would be like, yo, nobody's getting hurt in here today. You know, in terms of like, you know, pulling ligaments or like, you know, not being adequately warmed up. Like, cause when you go over there, you're already breaking a sweat. Today, when I went in there.
Oh, like you would do that workout before you spar.
Yeah, before we spar.
That's how we do it at OAC in Oceanside.
Yeah.
It's like, or at least it's not required, but like there's a small group of us that spar every Tuesday with Coach Mike Robinson. He's a fucking legend. He's sick. He's an old school, sick ass coach. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's pretty much suggested like you're going to do this hour or like 15-minute workout and then you spar. Yeah. And then you see what you got, you know? Yeah,
because you got to be warmed up. You got to be, you know, you got to just get this shit going. But it's like, today when I went in there, I was like, dude, I think I did maybe like, to be honest, I think it was like maybe like a 5-minute warm up. And then like when me and Paul got in there, we did one round before you showed up. And then
so I caught you on like round 2.
Round 2, yeah.
Okay. Makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, no, it was like definitely like round 2. I think me and Paul did 3 rounds. You came in and we warmed up and then you got right in there.
Okay.
That was like your warm up, but it was funny because
I've never not warmed up and done that.
Dude, same.
And it's I'm not trying to cut you off, but like when I do that 50 minutes with Coach Mike and we're doing that and then go spar, and I'm gassed like by the end of doing that. Like, you know, we're at like 120 push-ups, 120 sit-ups in between cardio, hitting the bag for 5 rounds at 3 minutes, holding pads, you know, hard work. People go there just to work out in that class, and then we go and spar, and I'm always thinking like, all right, dude, if I ever did this and didn't have to do this before, I'd be so like, I'd be killing it.
Nah,
but
dude.
1 round in with you with no warm-up felt like the last round after 50 minutes and sparring. You know what I mean?
Well, you said you only do 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've always done 3-minute rounds. And then if we're doing jiu-jitsu's anywhere between 6 to sometimes 9-minute rounds.
That's psychotic.
Dude, it's the
like
up.
UFC fighting in the octagon, that's it. How many minutes is a round?
If you're doing championship, or just
Like
in
top
general,
level,
like
like
5-minute rounds.
Pay-per-view fight, 5-minute round.
Yeah, so like when Conor McGregor fights or something, it's like a 5-minute rounds.
For how many rounds?
5. So you're fighting for 25 minutes with like 1 minute, or you do a 1 minute break in between each round. So essentially you fighting for 25 minutes, but it's total of 29 minutes because you have a 1 minute break in between each round.
God damn.
Yeah. That's why those fools are all so jacked, bro. They're fucking just...
And that shit's wild. That's like real life survival fighting. Like John Wick style. Like,
oh, yeah.
John
Wick had jujitsu in his shit.
Yeah. I heard that Keanu Reeves like trained jujitsu for that or whatever.
Dude, there's videos of him doing it. Like, I don't think he got anything above a white belt, but he knew how to at least, like, pull guard. He knew how to, like, do an arm bar, like, legit
That's sick. Respect
stuff.
to him for sure on that.
Yeah, I think he went through the Gracies. I'm not sure, though.
He wasn't just like, nope, stunt double.
Nah, dude, Keanu Reeves he knows what's popping. Dude, Anthony Bourdain got
Did
into
he learn
jiu-jitsu.
how to surf for Point Break? Might have to Google that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to Google that. I don't have my phone, but if you have yours, you got it.
Dude, I bet he did. Because Point Break's...
I mean, I know some people are going to be super mad at this, but I don't think I've actually ever seen Point Break, to be honest. I've seen the end of it. I know how it ends.
How's it end, Kano?
Patrick Swayze just paddles out, and then spoiler alert, and then Keanu Reeves is just on the beach.
It's not a spoiler alert for anybody but you, dude. You're the only one that's never seen it.
For somebody
There's
who
no
hasn't seen
spoiler
it.
alert for Point Break, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
Spoiler alert, just in case you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I mean, fuck. There's got to be other people out there like that.
Yeah, and all the cops are chasing him down, and they go, we'll get him when he paddles back in. But he's not paddling back in.
Yeah,
he's going
'cause
out
like,
there to kill himself.
it's super
He's
crazy
never coming
overhead
back.
that
Keanu
day.
Reeves throws his badge in the water and goes, he's not coming back. It's the most epic scene ever.
See, I don't even remember.
It was filmed
that
in
part.
Oregon.
Was it?
At, I think it's called Indian Beach. My dad used to take me all the time there to go to the surfing.
So you knew.
I've been to that beach. When I was like so young that I would play Point Break on the beach and play that scene like with my brother and shit. Like, he's not coming back, and he would be like paddling out through like 1 inch like whitewash.
That's tight. Dude, I don't know. I'm not a big movie guy. I'm going to be honest. I can't even sit through a movie. It's super hard for me. So when I saw the end of Point Break, I was like, oh, cool. I got the gist of it.
No, you didn't.
I don't know what it's about, to be honest. I don't know anything about that
Dude.
movie.
That's crazy. It's one of my favorite movies.
What's it about? I know Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze is in it, but I don't know anything else.
Keanu Reeves is a undercover cop infiltrating these group of like wild man badass surfers that are in a like bank robbing ring, but they're all just like extreme like surfers. They skydive, they do all this rad shit. But then I think they called themselves the Dead Presidents. So they'd like put on like president masks, like Richard Nixon and stuff, and then go in and like rob banks. And he was put in there to like infiltrate.
Okay.
But Keanu Reeves kind of like made homies with Patrick Swayze and was kind of down with them. So he's battling like his undercover life as a cop and just being like a badass surfer. You know, Johnny Utah.
Did he like?
And he was
have
like
to go and prove
like
himself out in the water? Did he
I
have
think
to surf?
he was. That's why I'm thinking I might be wrong because I haven't seen it in a long time. I'll tell you that. And I couldn't tell you like the full what everything he does in it. So I don't know if there's a shot of him surfing at all, or if they even faked like it was. But I know he was a football player, and I'm pretty sure he was actually throwing the passes because they play football in the water and it gets all aggressive.
Football in the
Back
water.
down, war child. That's what Patrick Swayze says to his gang member. He's about to fight Keanu Reeves, I'm pretty sure. There's epic scenes in that movie, dude. It's awesome. I think that was my first pair of like boobs I've seen in a movie.
Whoa.
Yeah, they raid a house and there's just a random chick with boobs, like for a split second. But we had it on like VHS or something. I would always like, when I was
Pause it.
Like, pause it, like, yes. It's like a split second. I don't even think they're like nice boobs or anything, but it's just like split second, like going through the house, and I was just like, damn.
Boobs.
Yeah.
Dude.
I didn't even know what to do with them or if I liked them. I was like, damn, I've never seen it. I've never seen that before.
That's super cool.
That's what they are.
Dude. Not to sound weird, but like I remember like the first pair of boobs I saw, I was like, whoa. But then I saw.
I think that was everybody's reaction.
But it was like,
no matter what, your sexual orientation, I
It's
think
just
that was
like-
everybody's reaction.
it's like, whoa, those things are crazy. But then I seen a booty and I was like, yo, I was like, that's tight. That was like my reaction. I was like, yeah, that's way cooler. So that was my only thing. That was the only thing I had to contribute to that conversation.
Kano's an ass man.
I mean, I'm an everything man, but like, we don't need to go there. But it's fine.
I'm sorry. This is where you delete stuff.
No,
huh?
I'm not. Dude, fuck it. I don't care. It's fine. It's nothing that's like, we're just shit talking right now, bro.
Exactly.
It's totally fine. One thing I did want to talk about, though, bringing it back to skateboarding.
There we go.
You just did a drop. You had a new part drop, like with Blvd, because you ride for Blvd, and excuse me. Oh my goodness. And not only with that, but you did a release with Steel Mill, like a collaboration with them.
Yeah.
You did a board, you did a shirt, you did a bag of coffee that I was very grateful to roast. Yeah. And you had a part drop, and you actually like had some gnarly shit in there, dude. Like,
Thank you.
yo, let's talk about this. How did this come up? How did the whole, because like I know when I was working at Steel Mill, we were talking about doing a collab bag, but there was no talk of your part.
I think it was like a year in the making of doing that collab. And that's through no fault of like trying to film a part or anything, but based off of just, the business and everything being hectic. Me and you both run our businesses solely on our own. Me collectively with everybody involved in Steel Mill. I don't do everything on my own, but like we're a small business.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff kind of takes some time.
100%.
And Blvd is also the same way, but they're veterans at running a small skateboard company.
Yeah, they've been around for a hot minute.
So yeah, sorry to Toad and Visser that I lagged on that for a very long time, and I knew I wanted to like put out a part, but I was also like very like self-conscious about like, because it's I've never like put out a part like on my own, or like just been like, here's my footage. Like it's always been collectively in a skate video.
Yeah,
which
the
feels
Blvd.
very right,
Yeah.
That's how I grew up, doing it with my friends. This is how I've always had footage, and it's kind of safe that way because you're like protected by everybody in the video. I've always I've never had a standout part in the video, so it's like, oh, it's sick because the guy that goes has a part before me is ripping. I have this, in my opinion, decent part, and then these other guys, and it's like a build up. So you're like a part of like a almost screenplay, sort of say.
Family.
Yeah. And I was basically kind of just lagging on it because, we were talking about before, my ankles are just busted up, and it's just hard to skateboard when you work 7 days a week and 8 days a week and everything, so it's hard to just get out there like we used to. So I was always kind of just dancing around and I have a lot of footage that is just kind of left on either the cutting room floor or just footage from the in between starting Steel Mill and the last video that we put out, which I think would be the Occult Blvd video.
I don't remember. But I've watched every single one.
I want to say it was the Occult. And whatever, it doesn't matter. But so it's kind of just slowly collecting these little clips while working and starting Steel Mill almost 4 years ago now.
Damn, really?
Yeah, in October we got the space. 4 years ago, October. But we didn't open until February.
Bro.
So not 4 years of being open, but I've been
Dude, can we talk about real quick tangent about when you came in and you showed me that you got the space, and then you showed me your how you were gonna paint it and shit. You're you came into Zoom Bar, you were like, dude, we're gonna do it. And then you got the space.
Oh yeah, because Dana did the little rendering of how she wanted it to look of the facade.
But when you painted it, you were painting it, and you took a photo and you sent it to me. You're like, check it out. And I was yo.
That was such a crazy time. Took the dive to do it, And then I was still just working at Zoom Bar, waiting for the 2 week point when we were all right, are we gonna it's ready to go? And then I need to give my 2 weeks to Steve, That was just a wild time. So it's I didn't know why I felt like I had to keep it secret from him because he's so supportive and down.
He was always so supportive.
And it was just me, you, and Ray whispering. Shout out Ray, Interim Coffee.
Wait, Ray wasn't even there? No, Ray was already gone, bro.
Oh, well, then I was talking to Ray separately because we've always just stayed in touch.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Sorry. Don't call me out, dude. Whatever. Nobody needs to know that Ray wasn't working there at that time.
No, dude, Ray left a week or 2 weeks after he hired me at Cardiff.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, damn. Yeah, he left fast.
He left fast.
We worked together for at least like 2 years, I think.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Dude, no, you were, I think I started.
I remember that was his hype. He was like, dude, he's going to like probably be doing production soon. He's going to work there. He's a skateboarder, dude. Do you know him?
Dude, Ray was
like,
super.
And then in my head, I was just like, yeah, he's a skateboarder, whatever.
Yeah, 100%. You're like, yeah, whatever.
I'm
like,
sure.
Yeah. And, dude, then lo and behold, Nick Adams.
First shift. Do you know this guy? Yes. Do you know this guy? Yes. Do you know this guy? No, but I know his homie, and I know that guy, and I've seen his video part.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, yes.
Okay,
I'm going to stay here for a while.
Yeah, it's like this dude skates.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all right. This is chill. And then we found out we ran in different circles, but then Nick Adams was our
we had
mutual homie.
One degree of separation through Nick Adams.
Dude, shout out Nick Adams. Holy shit.
Shout out Ray. Shout out Nick Adams.
Dude, Ray was fucking chill. Like, maybe it wasn't 2 weeks. Maybe it was like a couple
months. Can we go back
months.
to my video part?
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. We're gonna get there.
Okay, yeah, go back to
That
the video
was
part.
me
No,
being an asshole.
no. Stop.
For the
Go,
record,
go.
that was my sarcasm talking shit. I don't really care about talking.
No, let's
That's
talk about
my
your video part.
Least favorite part.
I want to talk about your video part.
I forgot where we were at. You fucked it up.
I'm sorry. Fuck.
No, okay. So it was
Blood Wizard. We
right.
were.
It was at the beginning of Steel Mill Coffee.
Oh, beginning of Steel Mill.
And
yeah, that's what we
obviously,
talked about.
doing that, for Riley as well, it kind of put skateboarding on hold for like at least a year,
Damn.
which is like a lot of pressure for me because it's like, damn, like Riley is like, that's his career. He's a good ass skateboarder. He's a legendary professional skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing this together. So I felt like a lot of responsibility to like, take that on. So together we were kind of like putting skateboarding on the back burner. I think we even like talked about it. Like, let's just give this a solid year, get this thing ball rolling,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's going on trips and stuff because that's his job.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and like all of that footage in that video is just kind of over the last three and a half years of being able to skateboard in between working at the shop and like figuring
Run
it
your
out
business, yeah.
and pulling my hair out, losing my hair, pulling my hair out, and So I ride a line with how I feel about it. I'm super proud. I'm always stoked. I'm like honored to have a part with a Blood Wizard stamp on it and have Gregson, fucking legendary editor, videographer, film a lot of it and put that part together and have his like kind of like, yo, it's good. Because we've been friends for a very, very, very long time.
But he'll shoot you straight. Chris Gregson will shoot you straight.
He would be the
sure.
first one to tell me that like this shit's whack. We're not gonna put this part out.
Yeah.
And I know that like he would not fuck with me, But even in the back of my head, I'm like anytime you put anything out, like I don't know, dude, it's not really good, and it's not like it was a weird pattern, a foreign pattern of putting a video part out for me because every time I've ever had a video part in anything, it was like leading up to these final days and having a deadline. And everybody's just skating so hard, and we have like all these trips going on, and like it's like videos coming out. You got to get your shit put together. By that time, everybody has like a timeline and knows what they need and stuff. But this wasn't the case because it was just kind of all just sitting there, So it wasn't as eventful for me to put out because it was like, damn, like my ender was like 2 years ago. Because every time I've always had that like stress and like, and you're super proud of it, and I am super proud of it and honored, like got Gregson's stamp of approval. He edited it. He wouldn't ever put anything out with his name on it that he wasn't like given the okay. I hope. 100%. I really hope.
No, he did, dude. It's
but
fucking
I also
Chris
know,
Gregson.
I know.
He would not do that.
And we have a relationship like that. We've like been through a lot together, and he would tell me that this shit is not going to cut it. And we did go through that. Like I wanted to use some things, and I had some other stuff, and he was just like, nah, it's whack. Or it was like, dude, that trick's like way too old. I have fucking long hair in it. Like I'm straight up bald right now. It's weird. Not like shaved head. Like I am bald.
Not really. It's grown back.
It's coming back.
I
Shout out Hims. You don't have a Hims sponsor yet, but
no, I don't.
But yeah, anyway, it was like I'm super proud of the part, and it has some tricks that I tried really hard for. And I was in like it comes with the pride doesn't come from that I like had this project in mind from the beginning and had to try for it and create this video part and had a song in mind how we usually do things and like building up deadline trips, got to do this trick, got to do that. I have a dead space. It was more just like, what do you got? And I felt like that everything was going to be kind of just dead if I didn't put it out. and we wanted to do the Blood Wizard collab. So I just kind of like went against what I would ever want to do and just suggested like maybe I can just have a part for this, because you don't want to like have a company and like be like, I'm gonna put a part out for my company. It's whack.
Yeah, but like that was one thing I did want to talk to you about is like I think
And
one of the coolest things about it was that you got to do it with Steel Mill. Because that's your baby.
So that's what I guess I am just having an epiphany now. So it is almost like exciting, and it does kind of tell a story of like Steel Mill and my like skateboarding relationship, you know, because all that whole part is from like the beginning of Steel Mill to now. And it is only a minute, but like damn, I wasn't getting able to skate too much. You know?
Yeah, but
I did make it to Barcelona with like Brandog and everybody while Steel Mill was going.
You did. You got to New York. You got to Barcelona.
The only New York equipment is just a slam, but yeah.
But you still did it. I remember that. I remember the day you came back. You showed me that slam. Like you showed me that shit.
I'm pretty proud of slams like that.
The slam was pretty chill.
That was classic. That's Corey Duffel's slam split.
That was like mid-COVID. Because that was mad crazy.
I think I had a bandana around my neck to like go on the subways and stuff.
Dude, yeah, no. I remember when you came back, I was like, you went to New York, and you were like, dude, it was crazy. Like there was like nobody out.
Yeah. We were skating Times Square, ghost town. It was awesome.
That's so trippy.
As far as New York skaters are concerned, I'm sure they were having a heyday out there for the last 2 years.
Oh, dude, I went to Times Square once, and I remember like when I went with Nardelli.
Pre-COVID.
Oh, this is pre-COVID. Yeah, this is like 20. Dude, this had to have been like 2012, 2013, something like that. It was popping. But my homie Nardelli, shout out Mark Nardelli up in New York, but he owns Fiboro, and he took me down there one night. He's like, yo, you got to see Times Square when you're here. Like he just as a tourist, you just got to see it once. And we went. I put a sticker up on the fucking on the pole when we were walking around. He was like, yo, don't put stickers up here. They'll fucking arrest you. Like real talk. He got super serious with me. He's like, no, don't do it. He's like, that sticker will be gone by like in an hour. He's like, they come around super gnarly, and they don't let nobody put like no graffiti, no stickers, no nothing in that area.
That's so funny.
It's so crazy.
Don't touch Times Square.
No, but
fuck the rest of the city.
Dude, yeah, the rest of the city.
I mean,
dude,
that's, in my opinion, that's my favorite part of New York City.
Dude, Nardelli would, every time we left his house in Lower East Side, Manhattan, his apartment, he would grab a stack of Fibro. He would grab a stack of Fibro stickers like this, and he just, everywhere we were going, he'd just be walking, he'd be throwing up Fibro stickers, no matter what. Yeah. He's like, just like, don't even, like, he'd be in the middle of a conversation, just like splash, like sticker slapping. Super tough. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just doing what you do. He's like, not here. Don't do it here. Yeah. He's like, they'll fucking arrest you here.
Wrong like, neighborhood, kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, all right, my bad.
Go.
But I love that New York shit.
Go slap some stickers in Del Mar, buddy.
Dude, I texted him the other day when I went and got tatted. The dude who tatted me, I walked in and he had a fucking Fibro board from like from early 2000, like 2010 era. And I was like, yo, are you from New York? And he was like, nah. I was like, where'd you get that Fibro board? Because it's like, bro, if you're rocking a Fibro board in San Diego, like you got to know somebody, or like you just like that company because you're from New York or something. Yeah. He was like, no, I got it from my homie who worked at Active. And I was like, who was your homie? He's all, Joe. I was like, I know Joe. Joe Iggy? He's like, yeah. I was like, that's my boy. I was like, yo, I mean, like, he's not like my boy, but like, I was like, yo, he's a homie that I know he worked for Fibro, and I know the owner of Fibro.
Ooh, and sick. So he was slinging Fibro boards.
Yeah, no.
Undercover in Active.
Yeah, so he worked at Active, but he also worked for Fibro, and he was pushing Fibro, super tough.
Respect.
And dude, I had dinner with Joe and Nardelli when he was here in San Diego with like one other person, and it was just like, you have to kind of be in the know, I feel like, to be rocking Fibro in San Diego.
No, yeah, it's one of the stamps of like you skate.
You skate, right? And then so I fucking
I mean, there was Fibro. They made it like into Zoomies and stuff.
Yeah.
But and respect.
Well,
but
because
like
Nardelli,
a fucking respectable. That's a skateboarders company. You know?
Dude, Nardelli
like,
was the head of Zoo York when Zoo York was popping, but he had Fibro on the side, like a fucking G, son. And he left Echo to fucking go and
he
do
snagged
Fibro.
Westgate, right?
Westgate rode for Fibro.
Yeah, after Zoo York.
No, before.
And then Westgate was on Zoo York. Oh, okay.
Then he went to Zoo York.
See, that would be like the sickest power play.
But why though?
Working for Zoo York, like have their side coming, like Westgate. Best skateboarder ever.
Dude,
Fuck a board
it's
company.
even more
We can't
gangster
pay
though.
you
No,
shit, but just ride for the sick.
no, he went for the small
Not that
company
New York's not
first.
sick, but
No, but like he went for the small company first, and then Nardelli goes to the power move, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring this kid with me and get him set," and then
Yeah.
that set him up for everything
and
else.
then flourished. I mean, he flourished himself. He's
He's a fucking G.
amazing.
Amazing skateboarder.
And
But
he's
it's
so low key. Everybody appreciates a skateboarder that is that low key, and it's just like wait for the part. No social media.
just lets
No
his skating
weird
do the
little
talking.
like reels. No skate park footage.
Mhm.
Just wait for the part, and it's just so sick and raw.
The gnarliest shit you've ever
Grant
seen in your
Taylor
life.
is like that.
Yep.
Um,
But he has the sickest
Those are the two
Instagram
that come
handle
to
though.
mind.
Down south in hell.
yeah,
I love that.
and his like little icons, the fucking Slayer album, South of Heaven,
Dude, that was my first Slayer album.
and he's a little good Southern boy.
Good Southern boy.
Right?
He's from
ATL?
ATL.
That's
yeah.
South.
I mean, I don't know him, but like that's what I remember. Like,
He's amazing. He's
Dude.
the best skateboarder ever.
I want to see him shred a pool.
He's the kind of guy of like, he's like, yeah, he's like in our age group, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but he has that like status of skateboarding that of people that we idolize, like Reynolds. Like it doesn't matter what he does, I just want to watch him frontside flip. It doesn't matter what he does all year. I just want to see a frontside air.
Dude, Stalefish.
I want to see him
He
like
does really good
fucking
stale
slash
fishes.
coping going Mach 10. That's
Backside
better
5
than,
O's
like,
balanced.
You know, 5 seconds of that goes better than a part.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
It's shocking.
Dude, the way he pumps, it's like, I don't even know. It's like it's like poetry in
I think
motion.
he just won the Vans U.S. Open.
Did he really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
At fucking Huntington, like this past couple weekends.
He was on the podium.
Damn. Dude, he just looks so good. It's like,
And you know what is even
Damn.
sicker? There's like, out of all of the coverage of it, there's like hardly any Grant Taylor clips. Because everybody agrees, like, oh, he showed up and he fucking frontside aired on this quarter pipe. He wins.
yeah,
He gets a medal.
boom.
Or whatever you get at the U.S. Open, you know?
What do you get at the
Because
US Open?
that's dope. No, like, obviously a high risk of skating ever, but like, you just show up to a contest and be like, it's going to kind of fuck off. A frontside flip over here, frontside air over here, just look real good. Probably not expecting anything like Grant Taylor, medal. Like, dude, he's a legend. He just looks too good on a fucking skateboard. Too good.
What do you think it feels like to go that high and be that stylish and then just keep going?
Comfortably.
Like, what do you think it feels
I
like
will
to be
never
him?
know.
Oh, dude, I would really like to talk to him. Be like, yo, what is it like to be you?
I just roll off roofs, Connell.
Dude, I mean, that's
Like
still
I'm
fucking
let's
gnarly.
go. I just rolling off roofs, baby. Anybody could do it.
Nah, not really. There's a lot of high risk. What if you hit a fucking thing and you fall? Like,
What
then
if?
you're fucked. Then you're fucked. Come
That's
on
what I'm saying.
now.
High risk.
Dude, it's super high risk. There's nothing low risk
high,
about.
high risk, low reward, just enough to get me to go like on trips and.
But people
That's
want
all
to
I
see
ever
that
wanted.
because nobody is like, you know what? Somebody's gonna see like they're like, yeah, I'm gonna jump down this rail, but I would never roll off that roof. And it's like, oh, you know what? Shay's gonna roll off that roof. It's like, yeah, sick. I want to see that. Hell yeah. And then you like watch your homie do it, and you're like, oh, you got it. And then whatever you're doing, but like Milton too. Milton will fucking just jump off a roof into a fucking bank, and then I was like, why do you think you can skate that?
Milton's crazy. He is in another league.
I mean, still
He does
though.
not.
He's
get
jumping off
big.
roofs, bro.
He's also one of the best.
How do you even do that? How do you just hold on to that grip? Like that's what I'm worried about. Like
Milton's amazing. He has zero fucks on a skateboard. He just loves skateboarding.
I think he has
And
zero
uses,
fucks in life.
And he has what I'm saying. Like he uses what he's got.
I mean, yeah.
You know, like he's a master at that. And Colin does the same thing. He's got his formula. He's amazing.
Dude,
But
Colin can pop.
It's like takes an art form to be a skateboarder like that, where you have this like skill set that's fucking amazing, and you get to use it that no one else really has. You know, Colin can film a fucking part on a curb, and everybody will be
Literally.
entertained.
Literally.
Amazing.
He's almost on a curb level of like Daewon Song.
Yeah.
Like Daewon Song will fucking do the crazy shit on the curbs, but then Colin
that's
will
all
like
anybody
take that
wants to-
same curb and he'll pop off of it and do
Yeah.
like a backside, like big spin or some shit.
Frontside and backside air on a curb. Who's done it? Tell me.
Like a
No one. Colin. Provost.
How do you do that?
That's as far as we'll praise him before I get my ass kicked.
I love Colin. Dude, remember when
Telling
me?
people I was a good skateboarder? Fuck you.
Well, I'll say you're like I'm not on that level with Colin, but I have partied with Colin, and I enjoy him thoroughly.
He
And
loves
I
partying.
I will say you're a really good skateboarder, Colin. I don't care what you say.
He knows it, but he doesn't like to hear it.
Dude, Colin's girlfriend's really nice too. She's fucking kicked
yeah.
it with us at at the Warriors show.
Snarf, she's the shit.
Snarf is really nice.
Yeah,
She called me out super hard one time.
she'll do that.
She fucking she walked up with Anna, and they were and I was like talking to him. I was like, "Hi, how's it going? My name's Connor." She's like, "You don't remember me, you fuck?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she's like, "I'm Colin's girlfriend." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Dude," she's like, "You sat in a fucking meeting with me for like an hour," because she worked for whatever company she worked for at the time. And I was like, or maybe still.
No, it was
It's like a kombucha thing.
she works
right?
for Flying Embers now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who was she working for before?
Local Roots.
Was that what it
Kombucha?
was?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about doing like a kombucha coffee thing.
Dude, the kombucha fucks me up.
Dude.
My stomach, not in a drunken state, but like my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Yeah,
it's
G.
dangerous to go over the provost's house.
Oh.
Because the fridge stocked kombuchas for a while.
Well, it's,
And Flying Embers is a kombucha company as well, right?
are they married?
They're engaged.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Maybe you actually might need to take that out. They wouldn't like that at all.
Fuck. Oh,
Flying Embers is a kombucha company.
Either way, who cares? Whatever. Anyways, but what were we talking about before? Oh, just having homies that are like super good at shit.
Yeah.
So Colin's tight. Who else is really good on Curbs day one? Or just having. Oh, we were talking about
A skill set.
skill set.
And knowing how to use it.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you have a skill set because you roll off roofs. But you're also, dude, you jump
telling
out to
you.
like frontside feebles on like gap to rails and shit.
That
like,
has never happened, dog.
or like
But thank you.
well, not a gap to rail, but like an ollie up
Yeah.
to frontside feeble pop over.
Well,
How about that? That counts.
I look at old footage and sometimes impress myself like, fuck, it is the downfall. Like, I can never do that again.
Why couldn't you do it again? You still do shit. That's crazy.
No, I just like board side rails and just shit to scare myself, really. That's what it's all about. Like I said earlier, like that's what you like. That's the style of skateboarding I like.
You're
Getting
chasing
scared.
the dragon.
Yeah, and that feeling, it's at the end of that like rail, and it's at the end of that drop. That feeling of like, I didn't die today, bitch. I win.
Yeah,
you know?
bitch.
And it sucks to fade out of that because you don't know what to do. You know how good that fucking feeling is, and when you kind of start slipping from that, nothing else really gives you that feeling. So you're kind of always just like, fuck, dude. Or at least that's the transition that I'm going through right now.
No,
And I lie
can-
to
yeah.
myself, like, dude, I'm a fucking skateboarder. Like, I will always be a skateboarder forever. But I just got to figure out how to balance and find that feeling, you know?
I would definitely agree with that. I think when I broke my back and I dislocated my hip in the same fall, and I realized after I healed that I was never going to be able to do what I was doing before, that I went through a very challenging time, to say the least, because my identity to me was being a skateboarder. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
You know, and everything that I've based in my life had led me up to this point. I mean, I moved to Southern California to be a skateboarder.
Likewise.
So it's like, when you battle
And that
with
doesn't
that,
also, like, to back that up, or at least in my, like, that statement doesn't necessarily mean you came to Southern California to be a pro skateboarder and make it big.
no, I definitely
it was
did.
just, okay.
No. I had a goal. Like, I was like, no, I'm gonna move to Southern California. I'm gonna be a pro skateboarder, and I moved to LA and like did that whole thing, and then from LA led me to Skate Mafia and like all this moving down here. But like, I fell in love with San Diego, so it was like, I left Hollywood and I came here.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. But LA was great. Like, you know, shout out to all those homies. I mean, LA was not like the best, but it was a good learning experience. But I can't say that as well. Like, I mean, I met a lot of cool people, man, and dudes that are, you know, fucking amazing skateboarders. And I spent time with them, and I spent time at their houses, and I spent time, you know, with other homies of them. And like, there's experiences that I would never replace with anything. Like, there was one flat ground sesh that we always used to skate at the Chatsworth Courthouse. And one night, and this isn't the name drop to be cool. This is name dropping because like it was such an epic experience. It was like Zared Bassett, Jeremy Rogers, Mikey Taylor, Lamar Hemmings, Paul Rodriguez, Mike Mo, fucking.
Your brain is just exploding.
Dude, but like these are the homies that we skate with on the regs anyways. Like Zared was definitely an outcast, like, and not outcast in the certain, like, it's Zared Bassett. He's fucking shredding. But like Lamar skated for Zoo York and Zared was on Zoo York, so he was kicking it. And they were all homies with everybody else. And it's like Scott, Big Cat, he's Deerdick's cousin. He was on that show. He fucking was there, like Casey Morrissey, myself, Val, Brian, like Passover, all these guys, and we're just having this crazy
I like that
flat
you
session.
threw myself in there.
What's that?
You threw myself in between that.
Oh,
I'm just
like, because
kidding.
I was
I'm just
there,
kidding.
it's like...
See, that's the shit talk.
Dude, come on now.
But
But it was like, these guys, and it was like, this is a moment. This is something that, like, you wanted to happen, and you, like, you're able to be here right now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I will never trade any of that, and the experiences and the people that I met and just the places that I was able to get into were second to none. But LA also, with all of that comes a life that sometimes you can find yourself just not want to be a part of anymore.
Yeah.
And, skateboarding led me here, and I thought maybe it was still going to be pro skateboarder status, but I missed the boat, like I wasn't good enough. Like I had a guy tell me once who owned like the truck company that I skated for. He was like, Kano, like 10 years ago, you would have been a pro skateboarder. He's like, right now, he's like, the way skateboarding's changing, he's like, it's not going to happen. And I was like, yo, I appreciated that. And I never, after that, I just was like, you have to have an out. You have to have something else you're going to do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, but I never stopped skating, but it was just like, okay, that dream is going to die. But how do you deal with that in the identity crisis of like, shit, this is all you've known. This 100%. Is what you based your life on.
And that's like the working man skateboarder's like crisis. Mm-hmm. Or at least once you get to that, like, fuck it. Like, think about how hard it is to get your foot in the door, even close to that door, All of the skateboarders everywhere, they have that same dream. And me and you are like relatively, I would say, might be overstepping, saying we're like at that same level of like the industry or whatever. And there's this like, you like got that far, and then you come to
got
the
very far.
Self-reflective. You have to like look in the mirror and be like, what am I really doing? Because it's like,
what's your role in this?
When your peers and the people you're with, like, they're motivated in doing this shit because they're getting they're paid. They did it,
exactly,
and they're killing it. And you're there with them and you're doing it, but you have to step back and realize like, this isn't gonna be me,
100.
And and nowadays, like that age, that window that we were at, or God, I almost feel stupid saying that I was like at a level because I'm very self-deprecating. Did I say that right?
Yes.
So I always like kind of not like beat myself down in a negative way, but like try and keep a like overreactive level head. You know what I mean? Like I don't pump myself up in my brain. Like the way I would like pump myself up is by not beating myself down, but like having you're
just being logical with the situation.
A logical perception of reality.
Yeah.
How long am I going to chase this dream? How long am I going to do this? How long am I going to sleep on fucking a couch? How long am I going to, for what? Like, how long do I do this, And you have to be, like, that age now where we were at is, like, fucking 12 now,
Dude, yeah. I'm not at any level now to, like, even understand how to honestly say that I moved to Southern California to be a pro skateboarder and to watch the kids today. I watched this dude Toby Koala or whatever the fuck his name is on Skate Mafia. He did nollie backside flip, backside lip slide down the rail at Poods, then like body varial or shove, whichever you want to look at it. But basically he landed like fakie. So he like
his board went like his nose went regular and he landed switch.
He landed switch.
Yeah, it's like a weird shove.
It was like a shove, but a body varial. Because it was like essentially a body varial.
New age shit.
Yeah.
I've never really figured that out. That's how you roll ankles, dude.
But, dude, he fucking did it so perfect. And it's like, that's skateboarding now. That was not dude, he would have done that even like fully flared Mike Mo forecast type era. That would have still been like next level. That would have been like ender of the video.
Yeah. Even at the skate park.
Even
Did you
at
just
the
say
skate
that?
park. Yeah.
Yeah. Even at the skate park, that'd be in the video.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, like,
fuck it, film it, fisheye, cut out the coping hub in the background.
Fuck it.
It's real.
It's real. But that's skateboarding in 2022. It's like, but at the same time, the one thing I have noticed is, especially being in San Diego for as long as I have now, you know, one of the kid that I sponsor, Brandon Reynolds, he
rips.
He rips, and I watch him skate, and I'm like, dude, I could never. I'd never done any of the tricks he's ever done, and he's so fucking good. But I've known him since he was like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And so when he was like, dude, I would watch you skate, and it was just like, what the fuck. But now I watch him skate, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know, like.
And that's what's sick about. I feel like no matter how like gnarly skateboarding is getting, you always respect your elders. You know?
OGs.
Like, if you're like a little kid that can kickflip, backflip, shove, body varial, anything, switch regular, and you watch Baker 3 and you're not impressed.
Dude, yeah.
You know?
100%.
It's just progression of way things going, and it is progressing super fast because of social media and everything. Because anything that's new and shocking, and you get the level of where everybody else is at in the world instantly at your fingertips. So these kids that are super motivated, spending every fucking day at the skate park like we did, they know
what's possible,
and they know what they need to do. Like when you are a little kid and like, I'm gonna be a fucking pro skateboarder, you have it in your face, an instruction manual on what it takes.
Dude, but then they also have like Street League now too.
Yeah,
which is fucking crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so when we were younger, we had to wait for the video to see what the level of skateboarding was at. Mm-hmm. And when we were young, it was all 30-year-old dudes. So you're like, damn, I got time. Like, I'm gonna get there. You know, if I like, by the time I'm fucking 25, sitting at 13. I can get there. I can do that. It's motivating. It's sick.
Yeah.
And now it's just a completely different mindset of motivation because you're looking at your peers that are 13 years old doing that shit, and they're pro. You know? So it's got to be crazy. Yeah. I'm fucking blessed that I don't think I would be into skateboarding in this world. I'm super blessed that I got in when I did, and I was the age that I was, and I got to relax and sit at a skate park all day with my homies without sitting on Instagram like, oh, this dude did kickflip, crook, late shove, no comply, 360, like, let's try that all day. Like, we were just entertaining ourselves, you know, in the origins. Yeah. And it's got to be a little bit even though skateboarding is getting bigger, it's like kind of less motivating, or it's at least like shifted the drive to skateboard.
I don't know, man.
How I feel about that.
I think that might be the only old person thing that you might have said right now.
I just show my age?
A little bit. And I only say that, you know, because of the fact
I'm an old, balding, bitter man.
No, dude. It's just, if we were coming up right now, that would be the norm.
True.
That would be the norm, and that's what we're about to do.
Because
that's what
bliss.
we're going to fucking, like, yo, this is all we know. I bet you kids today would watch Fully Flared and be like, yeah, whatever. Like, but it's so fucking, like, when Fully Flared came out for us, it changed the game. It changed the fucking game. Mike Mo, I called Mike Mo. I was like, I just bought Fully Flared. He's like, watch it and call me back. And I was like, all right. I fucking watched it, and he's like, what did you think? I was like, dude, that was the fucking gnarliest video I've ever seen in my life.
See, I feel like that was more impactful in the skateboarding community because everybody watched Fully Flared collectively.
Everybody.
Once
every
the
generation.
DVD dropped and hit skate shops.
Yep.
Everybody watched that in a 3-day period collectively, chomping at the bit. That was like, what? 8 years in the making, more, less?
Dude, it was a long goddamn time.
It was
like 5 years.
I'm just throwing out numbers. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's not like, oh, Thrasher part dropped. I'll watch that tomorrow.
Dude, I see
that video got dropped on Thrasher. I'll watch it when I get to it. I don't know.
I've been meaning to watch like the Weekend video, the fucking Jake Wooten part, like.
Yeah.
But it's like it's on
Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Everybody watched Fully Flared collectively.
Yeah.
As every skateboarder in the world went to the skate shop and got that shit and had 8 of their homies over.
Dude, I bought that shit
on repeat.
I bought that shit, and I think I had like 3 or 4 homies. I was the only homie who bought it, and I bought it, and we watched it on my PlayStation 2, and I was like, let's go. And we crowded around the TV, and we just watched it in my apartment, and fucking, I was living in Canoga Park in the Valley. I was like I was like maybe 21, 21 maybe.
What's our age gap?
6 years. You're 30, I'm 36.
Do my math for me so I stop sounding like an idiot.
So if I was 20, you were definitely 14 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn, I guess I was late to the game because I remember I was just about to say when I was watching it, I didn't even get. It was so sensory overload and such an epic video, and everything, and I got that, but I honestly didn't even. The tricks that were in it didn't register with me. I was just watching skateboarding. You know what I mean? For the most part. For the most part. Like, all of Mike Mo's part, like, went unappreciated to me because I didn't understand what was going on.
Dude, we would go...
Because I never tried to skate switch at that point. I never tried to flip my board at that point. You know what I mean? So I was just watching skateboarding, and I knew it was epic and everything, but it didn't register with me.
Dude, Mike Mo, for that time, I was skating with Mike Mo a lot at the time, and Mike Mo in his room, he had a sequence of PJ Ladd. I think it was either, like, switch flip crook or, like, fakey switch crook, like fakey flip, and Mike Mo was talking, whatever the sequence was a plan B thing, and Mike Mo was like, that was the inspiration for, like, one of his tricks. I think it might have been, like, that fucking, like, switch heel flip front crook, like, pop out. I'm sorry, Mike Mo, if you hear this.
I watched Fully Flared the other day, actually.
Dude, Mike Mo's part, like, Mike Mo at that time was unreal. He was just unreal. He was on the next level. Everybody knew he was the shit. He had just come out with the forecast part, and then he comes out with that part, and it was like, dude, we would spend hours just playing flat ground. Dude, Mike Mo and Paul, oh my god, we had this one flat ground game of skate. It was like Nigel, Paul, Mike Mo, like our homies Val, Brian, Passover, everybody. We were all playing skate. And it ends up going down to like Mike Mo and Paul, and they're just going fucking trick for trick, dude, like switch big spin heels. Like they fucking did every trick they knew, and then they started doing tricks in a row. And then they because they just ran out of tricks to do, and they were like nollie front foot kickflip, nollie back 180 back front foot kickflip. Like Mike Mo was doing everything, and then they just like I think it came down to switch big spin heel flips, 5 in a row, and fucking like Paul lost. Mike Mo ended up winning.
Suck on that battle at the barracks,
dude. It was fucking those games of skate were so sick. That courthouse that I'm talking about is where PJ filmed his Silence is Golden part when he was just doing those like crazy tricks on those butter benches. That was the Chatsworth courthouse. PJ was fucking cool, man. Like he was a really cool guy, like in a good way, not like a cool guy. Like cool guy. He was just like so fucking good. It was insane to see those dudes skate. Like talk about people respecting your level of skate, but like also being around and just like accepting that. Like you skate with PJ. It's like you're not on his level. Doesn't matter who you are. Even Paul. Paul was so...
and people at that level, if they are respectable, have that understanding. Mm-hmm. I've always followed suit with that mindset when I'm like at a skate park or anything. And there's like little kids struggling with something no matter what the level, and they get it. Like I know that hype. Like, fuck yeah, buddy. Give them...
dude, always.
Dap them up.
Yeah.
Stoke them out.
Dude, 2 of my skate... I used to teach skate lessons when I was like younger, and shout out to Nevaeh and Dez and Sean. Sean comes in here all the time, and he'll bring Dez and Nevaeh. Nevaeh's 20 or 21 now, going into like she's like in college or maybe a little bit younger. Sorry if I messed that up. And then Dez, she's 17, just turned 17, and they come in here and get coffee from me now, and they're just like, "Yo, what up, Kono?" And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And they're like as tall as me and shit. I'm like, I would teach them when they were like 6 and 7.
See, skateboarding provides no matter what.
Dude, and they still come in.
Still to this day, they'll stick together.
I love it. I see the girls, and I'm like, hey, girls, how are you? You know, like, special place in my heart. Shout out to them. Dude, we're going to fucking go to a soccer game with Sean, the dad, like pretty soon, and TJ. It's like just... forever, dude. Skateboarding is the fucking best. It is literally led to everything here. And I wanted to say that is like, you know, even though maybe we didn't get to that level of like a Riley or Figgy or anybody, but like I think being a part as far as we have and as far as we are and having our own things in like terms of a coffee shop and like this is our avenue. This is where we were supposed to be, kind of thing. And I think that's the best part about it is like we're shining in a different way, but our homies still appreciate it and they get hyped and they still show the love, and it's like it's just as exciting, you know. I mean, like I miss the jumping down like crazy shit and like riding away in that feeling.
I still get mine from time to time.
You do. I definitely don't get that anymore.
That's just because I force myself. But I feel what you're saying. Like it's all. I wouldn't be here. Neither of us. I feel like we've covered almost every time we are on the podcast. We like pretty much. We go on a long skate tangent and then bring it back to be like, we wouldn't be here without skateboarding. I wouldn't know the people I know. I wouldn't have the attitude that I would. I wouldn't have the outlook on life. I wouldn't have all of my like soul qualities that I like really hold dear are due to skateboarding. Not necessarily skateboarding related, but the people I've met and the way I see how skateboarders take care of each other, no matter what. Anywhere in the fucking world you go with a skateboard, you got a homie. You don't need to even speak the same language or anything. Like unless you've done it, you don't know.
Exactly.
You know, it's just the end of it. It's like, it's not beating a dead horse, because it is. It's something to be proud of. We both were in that. I don't know. It's just it doesn't matter where you are in skill set or sponsorship or professional status or anything. Everybody respects it.
Dude, well, skateboarding is an international language. I've said this before. When I lived in France, I remember the first time I went to the skate park in Aix-en-Provence, and I heard them speaking English. But when I walked up, I was like, yo, what's up? Like 17-year-old, just like, yo, what's poppin', guys? Yo, my name's Cajon. And they're just like, I don't remember how to say I don't speak English. And I was just like, what? And I was like, really? And I was like, oh, bonjour, je m'appelle Cajon. And they're like, oh, like, parlez-vous français? And I was like, you know, like I was like a little bit. I was not fluent, but I was okay. But when they came to skateboarding, they would be like, yo, they would say, kick, flip, stairs. And I was like, yo, I got this. And then so we could communicate that way. But I mean, I would speak like broken French to them, and they were like, you know, they were down. But it was an international language. They'd be like, crooked grind the box. I was like, you know how to say box? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I got you. But then we'd speak French and stuff. But it was the weirdest shit. I remember, like, because I would just go off on my own. And I remember going back to my apartment that I lived with at my mom. And I was like, Ma, they speak English at the skate park, but they don't speak English. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, they say all the skateboarding tricks in English. Just tricks. They're like 50-50, kick flip, heel flip. But anything else, I say anything. They're like, she's like, do you speak French? And I was like, yeah, I speak French. Everything else but the skateboarding tricks. And she's like, oh, that's interesting. And we just like sit there and kind of like, let's kind of giggle about it. You know, like, but we're the weirdos because we're the foreigners, you know, like in a foreign country shit. But
is this a perfect segue to take a piss?
Yeah. We'll pause right now.
I'm dying. It says that. It says unflavored.
And we're back. Okay. I definitely want to. We were talking about how skateboarding is just the best thing ever. But one thing I also want to talk about is that with Steel Mill being our other I don't know, connection, if you will. We have some interesting coffees that we're going to be doing here now. We're going to be doing like a nice blend. It's a nice Mexico. Oh fuck! What else are we doing? What is it? Mexico and Jesus. I'm drawing a blank right now. We talked about it. It's like a blend.
This is our coffee roaster, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
Thank you so much. We're so super proud of him. He.
I think it was like a Mexico-Colombia blend. That's what it was. Yes, and it's gonna be super nice, and I'm really excited about it. And it's really quite a privilege. I think one thing that I wanted to talk about is that like I wanted to show my appreciation for you guys, and the fact that like you know, even though that I don't work for Steel Mill anymore, is that I still do the coffee for you guys, and you guys do the coolest shit with it. You know, we did a single origin Mexico coffee that was able to be used for like the Warish blend, and then we did like the Brazil diner coffee, and then we did like the motor breath and all these cool fucking things. And I just wanted to like, I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast before, but I just want to let you know, like, dude, I think for me, I feel very privileged and I feel very honored that you let me be a part of that, because it is just so. I talk about this with people like who know steel mill, and it's just like, I never, if to the outside, I never really like fit in, because I was just like a little bit different, but because I skated and because there was that whole connection, I fit perfectly.
Of course.
And like I think for me, being a part of steel mill, going up to Oceanside every day, and like being a part of everybody, just the Booze Bros fam, and like Lanny and like Bob, like fucking Bob, man, like one of my favorite people who would just come in and kick it. Like, didn't know him from jump, and then because he comes into the shop all the time when we were in Oceanside, getting that connection and building the rapport with him. And then Matthias would come in from Spain, and fucking Izzy would come from fucking Milton's brother and shit. And it's like
Eze.
Sorry, bud.
He wouldn't listen to this podcast nor understand it anyway. So.
But he spoke good English.
Nah,
he spoke good English. But then like just the homies, and it's like to be a part of that. I was talking about what it was like to be at Steel Mill, and the perfect example of what it was like to be at Steel Mill was the day that you had to leave the shop. You went over to Booze Bros, and ESPN did the live thing taping for Milton.
The Real Street.
Yeah, and Milton won Real Street, and then he got a gold medal from the X Games, and Lanny did too. And you guys, like, everybody was at the bar across the street from the shop, and it was just such a vibe, like, and you're bringing beers over to the shop, and like we're having beers, and we're just having a good time, and it's just like, sometimes I would think to myself, it's like, this is my life, like, this is fucking so dope, and it's crazy, and it's such a cool moment to be a part of all this, and like, to just like, I don't want to just make it sound like it's like you're in the in crowd, but it's like, it was really cool to be a part of it, and it's like coffee got you here, but skateboarding did too.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, why are you here? Because you're making coffee for these dudes who come and hang out every day, and you just talk shit, and you enjoy each other's company, and again, building the rapport and just having these relationships and just having these experiences. I think it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And just thank you.
That's you. I mean, you took my vision of what I wanted the steel mill to be right out of my mouth. It's kind of tear jerking, but that's what it was all about. Like, yes, it's about the customer. It's about customer service. It's about providing good coffee to people, and having an environment like that. You know what I mean? Like that's, it's a service industry job, and we've done that when we were working at Zoom Bar. But
when you'd be doing, I'd be doing dishes, and you'd be sitting third person making like the fucking teas and the French presses and
that. But and that's a thing. That's a successful business. That's a business model. But it's like I did that for so fucking long, and I saw how successful and like attention to detail Steve Rail at Zoom Bar.
Shout out,
like
OG
coffee god. He was just so meticulous, and he knew exactly what he wanted, and he like is seriously like my drill sergeant. Like that was my boot camp, and I learned all of those things, but I also had like this lackadaisical lifestyle, and I realized, and I made it like that place like formed me into having like this like formula, because when I was there, I was like, I'm fucking joking with everybody, I'm talking shit. That's why I liked when we were there,
Oh, dude.
because it was just like, all right, I mean, like it's a weird work environment when you have people that you don't know and you have nothing in common with, and it's hard to like relate to these people. Like I would go like to Zoom Bar like events and like try and go out with them and stuff, but until you came along, like I was just kind of like, I don't know if these people get me really. Like I'm trying to play like Sabbath, and this fucking kid that used to work there, he was really nice. He's a talented kid. I forget his name. Younger homie, he's like blonde.
Ryan?
Surfer kid.
Surfer?
And he like sang like jazz, like classy jazz, like almost like Michael Bublé shit.
What? I don't remember
He
that.
was before your time.
Maybe.
But he's super rad, you know, and I would like just painstakingly try and relate to him because like this is my job. We're both here working side by side every day. And Steve had this like boot camp style. It sounds harsh to say, boot camp style, but like he was fucking meticulous, and he knew exactly what it took, and knew what he wanted, and he had like a formula, and that was what we all followed, you know.
Yeah.
And that was driven into me so hard that it became second nature to where I can do this shit really good, and I know I can. But then it's like, but what's the vibe here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But dude, that was
And I'm not knocking Zumbar at all, because like I'm striving to be like Zumbar right now with Steel Mill. You know, I would be lucky to be at like the level that he's at. Fucking what? They gotta be at like 15 years.
Dude, no, probably closer to 20.
20, right?
Yeah, I would say 20 because when I was, it's been almost 7 years.
Yeah, they did the shirts and it was like 13.
Yeah,
like for 13 years.
For 03 was 13. He had that black and that the baseball shirt.
Yeah. So like, you know, I'm not knocking his like anything about that. It shaped me like collectively, but I realized that it was like in my eyes like hollow because it didn't have anything that I was into in it.
Well, it was different because he was at the forefront of the third
you
wave.
work for somebody else. That's his shop. That's his vibe. That's what he wants.
But you know what this
that.
is, though? This is like a discussion that I've had with other coffee professionals, is that this is what I thought the fourth wave. If there was ever like a fourth wave, to be like super coffee geek about it, like if there was ever a fourth wave, it wasn't even about the specialty coffee anymore. It was about the
Aesthetic?
I don't want to say aesthetic, persona, image, brand, look, like whatever you want to call it. The next thing was going to be like what Caffeine and Green is. This is a hip hop, MMA, fucking like homie vibe, like this, but
right,
like Nipsey's on there, but like that's what Steel Mill is.
To my point, you didn't do this and your aesthetic and vibe and Nipsey and fighting for anybody else but you.
100. Because
you know what I mean?
Well, it grew out
the
of the
only
podcast.
thing that's for anybody else is the customer knowing that they can come here and get the best cup of coffee on this fucking block. On this street. You know what I mean?
I want them to
That's
come in
done.
here. It's
That's
a
said
vibe.
and done. You've done your work. You've done your education. You know how to fucking roast coffee. You know what it takes to pull a good shot of espresso.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's a learnable skill, and it's not easy. It takes work.
It also came from Steve and Jason.
Right.
Yeah. It came from both of them.
Comparatively, like, where do you go from there? There's 100 other people that can learn that information. You know, there's thousands of other people that can do that and take the like. All right, I know how to roast this coffee good. I know what to like. I know the palate. I know the flavor notes. I want like SCAA quality, fucking all of that stuff. Thousands of other people that can do that.
But where's the passion at?
Right.
What are you putting into that?
And that's what I was just. I did it for so long, and I just like thank Steve for like driving in like those qualities so hard into me, and I paid so much attention to it that became second nature to where I can focus on using that skill and revolving it around something that I'm like creatively like into.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, that's like what I was saying is like, dude.
My epiphany was, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, we're talking.
Drive my point. Like,
yeah.
The epiphany was when we were working at Zumbar and I found out about Dark Arts Coffee in London, which I'm sure, like, anybody that's ever worked around me in Steel Mill and yourself is probably so tired of hearing about.
But dude, it's funny. Yeah, when they did all those things about the dude Tom or whatever, like when they were roasting him, and then Giles started making the memes, like, oh yeah.
But they
did it.
It
was the best.
They did it. Like that's what made me realize, like, oh shit, you can be passionate about coffee. You can put out a good product. But you can also put your own personal twist on it. And it just so happened that they were into the same stuff that I'm into, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just like an eye opener, like, dude, what?
It gave you the okay.
Like, it doesn't need to be like white tile, blue bottle style coffee shop. Not knocking Blue Bottle. I don't know why I always have to think
No.
But I'm just saying, like, but they've laid that path to where it's like, all right, even when I'm out of town and don't know where I am and I'm seeking out a place to go get coffee, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for the white tile and a fucking Marzocco, maybe even a mod bar and a fucking, peak grinder. And I'll go like, all right, I at least know I'm going to get a good, decent cup of coffee.
Like a Malconian
right?
grinder, like you're good. Yeah.
Right. But they took that and then, like, it just so happened that they just put their twist on it and it was like a fuck you kind of thing. And I was like, wait, how you can do that? Like metal music and fucking like good coffee, that's a thing, and like sarcasm and like jokes, and then still just be like, yeah, we got a good ass product. If you don't like it, fuck off.
100. And
then they just stuck to what they liked and their style and their shit. And it's just like, that was the eye opener. I was like, dude, that's fucking rad. Because I already liked the coffee industry, but it was split with my other things that I was passionate about, and I didn't realize that you could push those together and people will respond to it. And the people that are left in the air, like, say you don't fucking like my shit, you don't like motorcycles, you don't like music, or like my music, and yet like whatever, you're still gonna walk past that and get a good cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Because I walk past the white walls and the hip hop and sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Not the hip hop. I'm a fan of hip hop.
You're good. You're good.
Or like, let's go house music or fucking, like hipster fucking shoegaze music and like shit that you like, the classic coffee shop cliche. Yeah. I walk past that because I know I'm getting a good shot of espresso at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck. It's their coffee shop. They can do what they want. I'm going to get a good cup of coffee. Exactly. And I hope that that's what people think about me. Like, this is just my shop. This is just collectively what I like. Exactly. This is my place.
Well, people want authenticity.
Like, I don't need to entertain you. And I've, like, took that note from Dark Arts that they were just like, fuck it. Like, laughing almost at, like, sarcasm towards the coffee industry, even though they're passionate about it. Yeah. Like, they're, like, laughing at themselves. It's, like, this weird, like, funny thing.
Well, no, because
I'm not
it's not even like
saying I wanted to copy that or anything, but I mean, now we're like pretty much like Instagram friends, and we like talk all the time, like bounce. I ask them for advice and stuff, but those guys really fucking like paved the way to me realizing that you can mesh whatever the fuck you want as long as you have that good product.
Dude, I cannot agree more, and I definitely agree, and I say in that aspect is like, you can make fun of the coffee industry because people have this persona that you have to be so cookie cutter and look this way to be into specialty coffee. It's like, no, fuck all that. If you know what you're talking about and you have the passion for it, as long as you know what you're talking about, like the proof is in the pudding, bro. Like 100%. I don't give a fuck what you look like, but if you can talk about coffee eloquently and talk like you have an education about it, and talk about like espresso, talk about things that are processing methods or brew methods or baristas who've never touched roasting, but they have this passion for like dialing in and can, accentuate certain flavors of espresso that you can't even describe yourself. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm down for all that. I might not look the part, but the vibe is there. And I want to make sure that you come in, you're, like you said, this is just a collection of everything. This is my repertoire of shit that I have in my bag of what I want, how I want to
call back.
Yeah, there we go. The repertoire.
Got to use it.
I want to.
I wish I could.
I want to make sure that people know when you come into my shop, it's like, yo, you're going to get the same cup of coffee, but you're getting a vibe in here. Like, I want you to know when you come in here, I want you to be motivated. I want you to come in here. I want you to feel better when you leave. I want you to feel like, whether it's the quote on the wall from Nipsey or just like my fighters or you on the wall or like my skaters in here, like, or my homies that have motivated me to be a better person, like everything in here is because of everybody who's had effect on my life.
Right. And you're not blocking people that aren't into this out.
I want you to be a part of it. I want you to know who the fuck is in here, and I want you to like be like, fuck yeah, I fuck with Caffeine and Green. I fuck with Steel Mill. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I point to you and I'm like, yeah, so that was the first podcast guest, and I still do Steel Mill Coffee. If you're ever in Vista, please go and visit them. Like, dude, it's not a rising tide raises all ships. Right. And I want nothing but to put my homies on. And like, I never knew Nipsey, but I feel like, it sounds stupid to say, but it's like, if I ever like had a conversation with him, I feel like he would have fucked with me, because it's like, yo, bro, like, like like you're on your hustle, and you're about you're about much more than just a grind. You're actually about improving communities, improving yourself, and like educating yourself and being a better version of yourself. And that's what I am. And because I have internal battles every day about just like, am I fucking doing some dumb shit right now? Are you fucking up? Are you doing this? Like, but nah. And then you like, I open the doors every day, and like as soon as somebody comes in, it's like, yo, what's poppin'? Good morning. We got some cumbias on, or we'll have some Nipsey on, like, like whatever. But you come in here and like you might hear Young Dolph at like 9 o'clock in the morning talk about like fuck yo bitch, but like it's okay, because when you come in here, like you're gonna be met with a smile, and it's like I want you to hang out. I want you to be cool. Like, and I don't give a fuck what you're into, as long as you're here for a vibe. And that's why I fuck with Steel Mill so much, is because that's what I always felt like when I was there with you guys. Like, I knew I didn't really belong in the sense of like my look and image, but I knew I belonged because of how much love that I felt when I was there. And I still feel when I'm there. Like, when I see any of you guys, and I mean, like, I'm talking Figgy, fucking Riley, you, Anna, Giles, like fucking, like, Milton, fucking anybody, like, everybody across the street. Josh at fucking Booze Bros.
Yeah.
Then Josh at fucking Rosewood. It's like, the familia there was, like, just tough.
It's just good, like, good people. It doesn't matter, like
Mike Tholen. Yo, shout out Mike. Yo, the
what
fucking
a goddamn
best
diamond in the rough,
dude.
One of our first customers.
What a legend.
Crazy
legend. It's like, that's it. I would have never met him if without Steel Mill.
Yeah, I mean, that's with any like job that you're passionate about and you're within this like community, and these people come in every day, and everything and all of that. Fuck, I had such a good... Oh, so I was going to say, to that point, like, somebody, I think along the lines through, like, Steel Mill, someone came in, and it was, like you said, like, quote, someone that didn't fit into the vibe of what you're, like, saying, of, like, what we put on, like, maybe, like, an older guy, and he was like, you guys are just, like, the most unassuming people that would make good coffee. Like, if I saw you, you'd never make, like... good coffee. And at first I was like, dude, thank you, that's like a compliment to me, I appreciate that.
Super.
And then I went back and thinking about it, and I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to look like?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
No, I get it.
Do you need me in an apron and a fucking shit scum mustache and like, you know what I mean? Dude. Or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what? That's what I'm trying to diminish here.
Exactly.
And
don't judge us by the look, bro. Like, come in, you might hear some fucking Earthless, you might hear some fucking I would play
black metal.
Dude, black metal, Motorhead. It said like everything louder. What is it? What was
everything
it
louder than everything else?
Yep. On there, and I would be like, yeah, I fucking kick it here. Like, I love this shit. I don't know a lot of stuff, and I would feel super stupid a lot of the time because you guys would be educating me to shit that was so normal to you. But that's why I loved it, because I was turned on to brand new music, and I would put my touch on things sometimes.
Dude, you stuck it out.
Dude, I did, but it never bothered me because like my brother was like a fucking metalhead, so it was like, no, I'm here for it, and I want to be here, and I loved it, and I love the people who were a part of it. Even Abby who would come in and handle our plants, like, everybody who was there because they loved everybody at Steel Mill. And it was such, love to all the people who come to Vista, but like to be a part of that Oceanside crew
it's fantastic.
was truly a blessing, and it was something else. Being there from when we were blocking off the door from COVID to reopening the cafe, and JT would be in there for fucking hours and shit, just talking so much shit. Dude, JT messaged me. I was in Mexico and in Guadalajara, and I was asking him for a spot, and we were talking about something, and he was like, "You're basically just saying that you miss." I was like, "Oh, I was talking shit when I came back." I was like, "Yo, come and hang out with me. Like, I need to talk shit with somebody." And he DM'd me. He was like, "You just miss me, huh? You miss me talking shit with you." I was like,
that is,
I mean, pretty much, bro. Like,
man, it could teach a class on shit talking.
Dude, I fucking miss that guy, man.
He has the art form of being able to rip somebody apart brutally that he doesn't know, and he will just rip them apart, and they love him. Like, to the cringe where they're like, oh my God, why are you just saying this? And they're just like, dude, you're the best, dude. I like this guy. Like, what? Like, he has this, I don't know what it is, but he's an art form of shit talking.
It's all the Rose Brothers. I don't know anybody who doesn't like the Rose Brothers. I heard somebody one time, I heard like a rumor from like, I won't say who these people are, but like, they were like, they had a problem with Bob. I was like, and I responded to this person, I was like, they had a problem with Bob? It's fucking Bob. Do they know Bob? Fuck off. Like, you have a problem with Bob, you have a problem with pretty much everybody in the fucking planet. Like, you're stupid. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call somebody stupid, but like, you have a problem because Bob is is like harmless. And then it's like, then you got Lanny, and Lanny's just like,
I wouldn't say harmless.
I mean, he's harmless. Like, I fucking love Bob. I know he probably gets crazy, but he's harmless.
No, I'm not saying in that sense, but
then you got fucking
I
Lanny.
wouldn't fuck with Bob.
I wouldn't fuck with Bob either. Bob is such a G.
I'm just happy that he likes me.
Dude, but then you got Lanny, and then you got Forrest, and then you got JT, and it's like all of the Rose Brothers are fucking amazing, and they're all of like my favorite people, and I have individual relationships with each of them.
Yeah.
Like, I spent Christmas Eve with fucking Lanny and Anna at Booze Bros. Like, I was like, dude, what? This is really nice, guys. And they were like, Lanny's like, let's do a beer shot. Like, yo, like, fuck yeah. And then you have like Forrest, who's always just drinking like the fucking lemonade, Caddyshack, and like sitting outside of the shop with like a fucking beat machine. I'm like, yo, G, can I see that? And then like he starts showing me his beat machine. And then there's like J2, who's just JT, and we have so many experiences. And there's Bob, who's fucking like, it's like, dude, I love that time.
Yeah.
I love that time.
They have like an old school like relationship with Oceanside.
Yeah.
That you only like see in movies. Like when you see like old or like Mark Wahlberg like movies about like on the East Coast or something, like they're actually like they're ingrained in their community. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's what's like I think the draw to them, because they're just so like passionate about where they're from and so proud of it.
Dude,
and
Big
they
John.
protect it, and like, and that does come from Big John and everything. But you know what I mean? Like they're just it's an anomaly these days because everybody's just so lost in their shit, but they just hold it down. It's awesome.
Big shout out to the Rhodes family.
Good
they're
boys.
They're all like my favorite people. They're super rad. But yeah, man, I mean, like,
Thank you, Big John, for creating those guys.
dude, for real, like,
somehow raising those guys on your own must have been fucking hellacious.
Dude, JT talked about it a little bit when he was on his episode. Like, just he's like, we got to do a part 2. Like, we didn't even like really touch the surface. It's like, oh fuck yeah, JT. And he's like, when I was in Mexico and we were talking, and he's like, dude, I don't know if I'm coming back. I was like, really? He's like, I've been here for 2 months.
Yeah, he's been out there. I miss him.
Dude, I miss
you, JT.
Miss you, JT.
He'd probably be the only one that's going to listen to this and just be like, I'm going to find someone to talk shit on Shea.
I'm going to DM him, make sure he fucking listens
He's
to
going
this.
to meticulously listen to everything I say and just find something that he'll just roast me for the next year. This is all material for everything in my life, just material for JT.
Dude. Well, no, I was thinking about this actually today while we were getting ready for this podcast, and I was like, I'm going to have Riley on pretty soon, hopefully in the next couple weeks. And then I wanted to get like, I was trying to think who we should have. And it's like, if we can get JT back, like get JT in here, but like, I definitely want to do like another, like it was like me, you, Little C, and Riley.
Gotta
and
get
then
a gang.
The second one, it was you, Little C, and JT, and Lanny. I want to figure out, like, should we just do a redo of like Little C, you, and I should say another one of Riley, yourself, and Little C, or should we like you and Riley and then like another random guest?
It'd be fun. I don't know if those are like even entertaining for anybody, because I feel like we all just start like partying and everybody's just like,
dude, when we did the
It's super
episode
fun for me.
100,
Like,
it was 4 hours.
I don't listen to our podcast. I listen to your podcast, but I would never listen to this ever.
Why not?
I already told you I don't like my voice.
I think your voice
I'm
is
surprised that anybody still hangs out with me when I heard my voice for the first time. I'm like, do you guys listen to this? And I get loud when I drink and like talk too much.
You do.
And like, damn, people listen to me and still like hit me up in the morning afterwards. Like,
But
last
you're
night was
fun.
fun. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But because like exactly, I was like, you're fun. You're super fun. There's no part of you that is not a good time.
I'm a fun guy.
You are. Dude, did Doug show you the text that I sent her? The photo, the screen grab?
No.
Cuz okay, this is good. Then I'm
Today?
going to tell you right now. No, this is from the other night when you were talking shit to me. And when
Oh,
I
yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
on
She
Monday
did.
night,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, I texted you
We
because your
both
phone
left.
died.
She's a huge Sopranos fan too, so we both like collectively got the joke. Great. She appreciated that.
Dude, I loved it. So for people who don't know,
She watches The Sopranos once a year.
dude, I love it.
In
It's
its
my
entirety.
favorite show.
That's weird, but
It's I mean,
psychotic.
once a year it's a bit excessive, but I love that show and I'm a super fan of it. And just the way it ended when like we were talking shit to each other, he was like, if I fucking catch a fucking leg, and then your phone just boop boop, and I was like, like what are you gonna do? Because we were talking about boxing, and he was like, if you fucking try to throw a leg kick at me, I'm like, essentially you were talking shit beforehand, but then we were getting real into it, and you were getting all hyped, and right at the peak of what you were about to say, what you were gonna do if I threw a leg kick at you,
My phone died.
your phone died.
Which, to top it all off, is that's your biggest probably complaint of me is my phone's always dying.
100%
So it's
has
just
always
like,
been my major
it topped
complaint
off
about you.
it topped off the comedic value of the situation because I was talking shit to you, and then also your number one thing that annoys you about me is that my phone's always dying.
I cannot tell you how many times I would
So it's
like
just a
rail
double
you
hit
for
to
that.
you.
Dude, yes. Why do you not get like a portable charger?
I just don't care, dude.
No, you need to. You
Honestly,
need to.
when my phone dies, it's a blessing. Like, fuck yeah.
I know you say
I'm
that,
good.
but it's so
Get
frustrating
home,
when
put
I
that
need to
thing
get a
on the
hold of
charger, and I'm good.
you. No.
If my phone dies, it's meant to be. I don't need to take any calls. I don't
No.
need to. It's a nice little breather.
I
Everybody
respectfully
should turn their
disagree.
phones off, let them die.
Fuck that.
Get out there in the wild.
Respectfully
let it
disagree.
happen. Walk home. Fuck it.
The only
Take a
way,
walk to remember, baby.
No.
If you're at the bar and your phone dies, don't panic. Just walk home. I don't care how far you are. Everybody needs that. That's what I say. I always call it a walk to remember.
A Walk to Remember? That's a Mandy Moore movie, bro.
I know. And I always use the reference, and I don't think I've ever watched the movie. And then me and Doug actually watched the movie somewhat recently, and I was just like,
You
this
watched A
has
Walk to
nothing
Remember?
to do with what I was referencing.
Much like your repertoire.
But I would like it was after I moved out of Riley's house, and I had the spot with Doug at Ditmar, but I would always go hang out at Riley's house, which is it's a pretty small distance, like maybe a mile, and I would just always just get drunk at Riley's house with the boys, and then like instead of calling an Uber, be like, all right, boys, walk to remember. And I'm just gonna go walk home, you know, because it's nice. It's nice to have a walk to remember. Like, you just have a time to yourself and like kind of like drunk and think about shit, come up with plans and get creative with yourself. Maybe have a weird like psychotic conversation with yourself if you're all on mushrooms or something. It's a liberating thing. Everybody needs to take a walk to remember. Apparently now it's not a reference to the movie because the movie has nothing to do with what I thought it was. I thought it was like they're going on a walk to remember, but it's just a really sad, depressing movie.
She had like cancer.
Yeah, it's super
And,
depressing.
like, yo.
And I was watching it like, oh my God, I've just been like using the reference, but with no education of what it was about.
I'm not surprised. Like, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like referencing this conversation. You're like, yeah, I have no reference.
But it does have its own meaning. Like, you have a walk to remember, dude. Sometimes you gotta cool out, go off on your own, turn your phone off, and take a walk home.
Just Oceanside dip. Just all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk out. Dude, we actually
Are we about to Oceanside dip?
We're about to Oceanside dip right now because we told Sav to come here at 8:45. It's 8:39.
Nice. Are you gonna tell the people what we're about to do?
What we're about to do for what?
1-0.
Oh.
I'm gonna take back the title.
No, I'm 1-0. So today, because Shea was talking shit, he was saying he was going to go 2-0. 1-0 was going to be in the boxing ring.
I knew that was already gonna.
Go ahead.
So I'm new to the boxing thing.
Okay.
But I've been watching a lot of boxing, as you would, you know. And I've realized, you know, pre-fight, weigh-ins, you got to talk some shit. You got to strike fear into your opponent, art of war style.
Okay.
Going in, don't let me fool you. I didn't have any confidence. I knew you had me.
Okay.
But given, we're our rapport, we're going to talk shit. So I was like, all right, I'm going to bring it to him and just be like, yo, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. And then you were forcing me to go to karaoke. And back in my days with my boy Paco, when we were roommates, we would hit karaoke like it was a job.
Okay.
We were very passionate about it.
Shout
and
out
you're
Paco.
forcing me to go karaoke right now.
Yes,
Take me
because
out of
no
my
more.
wheelhouse,
You're in North Park, and you're not gonna hang out at Livewire.
I'm gonna fuck you up in boxing. I'm gonna fuck you up in karaoke.
You're 0-1 right now, sir.
It doesn't matter. Have you seen fighters that even when they're like whatever, they lose a fight, they're still gonna talk some shit.
Okay, you can talk that shit, but I'm about to fuck you up in karaoke. I'm about to fuck you up in karaoke
Dude,
right now.
You're gonna do some classic ass shit that you always do.
Nah.
Everybody's be like, yeah, that was great, and then I'm gonna come out here with a banger and get everybody hyped.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna do
Charisma.
Khaled by location by Khaled. Send me your location. You know what I'm saying?
I'm already bored.
No, it's gonna be. I'm gonna
already
serenade you.
so bored.
I'm gonna serenade. Like, ladies'
That's great.
underwear is just going to be thrown at the stage. That's what's going to happen. That's how good I'm going to sing. I'm going to be like, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Usher nice and slow. 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Ooh, yeah. I got a real pretty, pretty little thing that's waiting for me. I don't even have a beat, son. I'm on bass right now. I'm about to fuck you up. 2-0, baby. And you're going to be drunk. You're going to get so much more drunk because how badly I'm going to fucking annihilate you in karaoke right now.
Like I said, confidence is key. I'm going to fuck you up. I'm not going to give away any secrets.
Yo, you're already scared.
You're already showing all your weapons.
I'm going to do, if I have to do 3 songs.
You're already giving me ammo. I already know what I need to load up for.
Dude, you go
I'm going to hit a deep cut. No one's expecting.
Dude, you go right ahead. I'm still going to be better.
You said they got an app I can look up songs. Even better. I'm going to go nuts.
I want you to. Sav's going to be there. Ruben's going to be there.
See, that's the thing. Why
Chris is going to be there.
We'll talk about this. I just don't like doing the karaoke bars things. You're just waiting and like.
But we're about to have fun.
Shout out.
I'm going to call Durham.
Motherfucking Livewire.
I'm going to call Durham.
The best goddamn jukebox in the West Coast.
They literally haven't updated it in probably like the entire existence of
How are you going to talk shit on your neighbors right now?
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying. I love the fact that you go there, and every time you've ever come, you go there. But
if
tonight,
if someone has stuck it out this far for anything knowledgeable, come on, Dead Moon, UFO, Graveyard, fucking.
Love
they got
Graveyard.
the Wipers.
They have really good jazz
music. It's a
music,
jukebox, dude. I love it.
Dude,
and you won't cheat me from it. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna
go. I don't care. I know. I have you pinned to your house. I'll take a walk to remember, bitch. I will walk to remember, to Livewire, have a drink by myself, and fill that motherfucking jukebox with all of my money, and I will DJ myself a great.
As long as I get a burrito at some point today, I'll be all right. That's be all good.
Instead of just going to the bar, like sign up for karaoke. I hope I'm next.
Brothers, no, Brothers is right next to Red Wing, so I'm gonna get a burrito while I'm waiting. I'll eat, and then I'll go up there. I'm gonna fucking kill karaoke, smoke your ass, and then we're gonna go to Livewire, and then.
Can I sign up for a song? It's an hour long wait.
No, you don't even have to go up to the. You don't even have to go up to the DJ. You scan the QR code, and then you put your name in, and then boom, you're good.
Does it tell you how long you're waiting for?
It's gonna be about an hour.
These fuckers, dude.
It's okay, because it's a popular bar. Dude, people who sing there sing really good.
Is it a realistic time frame?
It's a realistic time frame.
So we're going to go sign up and then go to Livewire.
It's 8:42. No, it's 8:40.
Livewire.
It's 8:43 p.m. right now. Sav is probably going to be here any minute. We're going to fucking walk over there, and we're going to fucking put our names in, and then we'll probably be on around 10 o'clock.
Livewire bar, if you're in North Park, go there.
Go to Red Wing.
There's a shitty pool table. There's a good jukebox. And there's decent drinks at a great price. It's my favorite bar.
It's a great bar. I go there quite a bit. But
I'm so jealous that you have it next to your house.
You live in Oceanside, bro. That's why.
Yeah, I got fucking...
Let's wrap this up. People don't care about this anymore. Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe
Shay,
they do. Go to Livewire.
Shay, tell people where they can find you. Tell people where they can
What is this, the end of Hot Ones?
Tell them where they can find you, Shay.
Steel Mill Coffee at gmail.com.
What's the address for Steel Mill right now in Vista?
Vista, California. Fucking don't know the address, dude.
Really?
Straight up. Main
of
Street.
Your own spot?
Main Street next to Avo Theater 2 something. dude, I'm just making coffee,
Wow.
man.
Go to Vista, California. Steel Mill Coffee.
It's a
If I'm gonna do it for him at One Ball Shea. I admit there might be some underscores there, but at One Ball Shea, you can't miss him. And then also at Steel Mill Coffee, all one word. That's SteelMill Coffee, COFFEE. That's right. At either of those, and you'll find my boy Shea any day of the week. And tonight at Red Wing. So if you're listening to this, you will find Shea on the karaoke bar with all of our homies, and we're gonna tear it down. So come meet us at Red Wing. Let's go. All right.
I love you, Kano. Thank you for having me. It's a fucking blast. I'm stoked to be here.
I love you too.
Yeah. I don't know if I can shout anything else up, but I'm happy to be here. I love your shit. I love everything you got going on. Unlikely friends right here, and I fucking love you.
Love you forever.
Shattering barriers.
Oh, also shout out to Anna, Giles, Riley, and Little C, of course, as
Lanny
always.
And Dana.
And Lanny and Dana.
Justin Figueroa.
And Figgy and Bob and
Colin
Forrest
Provost.
and JT and anybody else who's ever been a part of Steel Mill. I fucking love all of you guys forever.
And if you made it this far, go do something with your life, dude. What the fuck are you listening to me for?
Yes. Let's go.
God damn, you better be sitting in traffic.
Peace. Yes, thank you so much, Shea. That was a freaking amazing podcast, like always with him. It's always so much fun. Just laughs and just talking shit. I love it. Thank you, Shea. I appreciate you, bro. All right, and guys, like always, I want to make sure to just say thank you to all of you around the world who continue to support Caffeine and Green and listening and just, helping the podcast grow. And I love all you guys. Thank you all so much. I wouldn't be here without all of you. And guys, just make sure tomorrow, August 13th, baby, 3072 El Cajon Boulevard, we having the grand opening. Business as usual, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come and get some tacos. Come and say what up to the UFC. And then 4:30 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night, guys. Let's go. Shieldless Mag, Pariah Brewing, Seek Brewing, Attitude Brewing, First Light Coffee Whiskey, Caffeine and Green merch table, Latte Art Throwdown by the San Diego Coffee Network. Yo, it's a turn up. Come and hang out. Come and party with your man, because we finna turn up. All right? I will see y'all tomorrow night, tomorrow day. Come through, get some coffee. 3072 El Cajon Boulevard. Let's go, baby.